how are you? What's the crack? How are you getting on? Very welcome, very welcome. Thank you very much for tuning into the Ramble Pod for Tuesday, the 10th of July, 2018. I got through the date, got through it without actually stumbling too much. By Jesus Christ. Of course, as soon as I start recording, big, dirty, great fucking fly. Jesus Christ almighty. I'm all for the heat and the good weather, but the fucking flies, lads. Seriously. Bastards. And we're right on the sticks too, so it's like proper big flies. Big fucking juice head flies, like. What's the fucking crack? How are you getting on? Stop the Snapchats. I'll be getting over it. Again, I can't hang on to them, so I keep on fucking losing lads' names and stuff like that, but they're fucking cracking me up. People on the pints and all the rest of it while I'm working at a corporate gig. Pissing me right off, but look at 'tis all good crack. One chap, oh fuck, what's his name? I'm sure I don't know where I left the phone. I'm sure there's remnants of his name there, but he just sent me a bunch of snaps of him and his chicken farm. About 1,000 fucking hens wandering around the yard after him. It was pretty cool, actually. It was just, but I love that shit. A couple of lads sending me stuff, driving the truck. So yeah, send me on any of that mad shit. If you're up to something, just send me on an old snap. I don't care. It's good crack. I'll probably reply. If I have time, I'll probably reply too. Apparently there was one chap he snapped on, was it Saturday or Sunday? I can't remember. Out for pints. And good on you. Fair play. I'm here fucking having to host a show, but thank you very much for letting me know, like. But as I said something like good on you, and his girlfriend, I'm guessing his girlfriend snapped me then a picture of him all chuffed. Hey, there's no big fucking deal. Let's do it. Send me on the fucking pictures. If you're at something. I'm getting better at Snapchat. Although I think Snapchat is kind of dying out a bit, is it? I think people like the idea that it dissolves after a while. Like, when you do send a snap, there's no kind of fingerprint left on the internet, really, is there? I don't know. Is that the excitement with it? It's just like a throwaway remark. I like that. I kind of like that it's no bigness about it. You know what I mean? It's like yesterday I did anybody who's following me on Instagram, I did two of the short ribs, the beef short ribs that I got from Brendan Healy's greatest butcher in the world, artisan butcher. I did it yesterday. They just over 5 hours they took. Typically, apparently they take, but they were big. They were, as short ribs go, like they're a lot of meat in them. So they took that bit longer, but you got to hit the 200 degrees of them. That's the thing, like, I mean, that's well done for a lot of meats. You wouldn't be fucking doing that, like, you wouldn't be doing no steak to 200 degrees internally, like, with the old fucking meat probe. I fucking hate that word. That's what they are, they're meat probes, like, they're meat thermometers, like, but you can't, oh man, it sounds so filthy, doesn't it? I just got out my meat probe. Oh. That's the fucking 10-year-old in my head. But yeah, oh, Jesus Christ, they were good. Jesus, they were good. I assume most of the video is still up. If people are listening to this right now, it should be this podcast should be out in the next. As I'm recording it, it should be out in an hour. So go on if you are interested. If you need, like, I made my own rub, as they say. All these words sound filthy, don't they? If anybody wants to know what that is. Also, I do have to put up one. I got a few messages of people asking me about. Fuck, I'm not a cook, like. Do you know what I mean? I hate those dickheads that do. Hey guys, how's it going? So this, you know. But if anybody does want to know, I do. I said I'd put up the recipe of the. It's kind of a Jamaican rice and chicken. It's a piece of piss, like. But just once you get a handful of things right with it, she'll be off to the fucking races. You'll gobble this stuff up, and it's pure, like, more food. You know, the kind of stuff you'd never eat just one plate of it. Like, you'll fucking gobble through this stuff. Like, it's good gear. It's good fucking gear. I'll put it up. Yeah, because I was working all weekend. I didn't get a crack at the barbecue at all. But yesterday I was just like, fuck this shit. I am barbecuing tomorrow. Like, on Sunday night, it just had to be done. I'm gonna barbecue. There's a couple of big barbecues kind of lined up. Jesus Christ, I'm not. There was somebody on to me about going to the big barbecue in the Ivy Gardens. I'm not going to that. The hope was to meet one of the pit masters and actually interview him on the podcast, but I hadn't time out the door with comedy gigs, so no, that ain't happening. There, fuck 'em. Fuck 'em. As American lads, anyway, they tend to load a heap of sugar. I'm not joking with you. The amount of sugar them fellas load into stuff, and you know what I mean. It don't be needing all that fucking sugar. Bit of sugar is grand, like, you know, and you know, to kind of make, especially in the rubs when you're doing it on beef and stuff like that, because it kind of binds everything together and turns it into a nice old kind of bark at the outside. But Jesus Christ, some of these lads, if you read some of the recipes these lads do, you're going, fucking hell, you wouldn't have a toot in your head after it. You wouldn't have a toot in your fucking head. How was your week anyway? And I didn't talk to you since last Tuesday, really. I just, people seem to like the Richie one that went up. I actually met people in Galway this weekend who had listened to the podcast and went out and bought his book. So Richie, there you go. They bought his book. They were from Spidale, the Gaeltacht part of the west of Ireland. They bought the book. They loved it. One guy was a teacher. He was going fucking actually lashing in through the schools. So I might actually text Richie and say, you owe me some money. It's a good way. It's a good book though. Like, if you were trying to get back into Irish and you only had a bit of Irish, it's actually a really good book. Like, because if a thick fucker like me can read it, most people, you'd be grand. You'd actually enjoy it. I did, and Galway didn't disappoint. It hasn't rained in the rest of the country in about 7 years, and lo and behold, Sunday morning it rained in Galway. Yep, it rained in Oranmore in Galway, where I was. Rain. No, it didn't fucking hammer down, but it was definitely rain. And it was a welcome sight, I won't lie. Kept the dust down. It's a good sign. Not that there's much to grow out in Galway, God bless them. Mostly rocks and stuff. That's harsh. That's harsh. I like Galway. I do. Some of the best gigs I have been in Galway. They're good crack people, and the comedy carnival this year is looking to be a good one. I was in, actually, they part of the Roisin Dove conglomerate, I suppose, at this stage now. They've opened up a new club in conjunction with the Bowery in Rathmines, which is what I was in last Tuesday, in just to see how it was. It's a fucking mental place. It looks like an upturned boat, the entire venue. It's a class music venue, but it was a big commitment. They built a boat upside down, technically, inside the building. I mean, it's a lot of fucking timber. It's a lot of, like, a building would have been cool regardless, like, and it's not even that, it's not even down by the quays or anything, like, it's in the middle of Rathmines. Big old commitment, isn't it? The old nautical team, to go for the full boat, like. But I liked it. I'm playing there in, oh Jesus, I'll tell you, I'll be on the podcast telling you anyway, when I'm definitely there in early August, I think. Yeah, I am. Fuck it, look it, I'll fill you in. It's corporate this week, but next week from Monday on, the comedy gigs start flooding back in again around the country. The open comedy club kind of gigs. I know next Monday, if I'm not talking, I'll be talking to you next Tuesday, obviously, and a little bit on Friday. But next Monday, I'll be headlining the Cherry Comedy Club upstairs in Whelan's. It's a fucking quality night. That's good crack now. I always enjoy that one. That's always a good fucking, an old belter. But yeah, the fucking the Snapchats, I'm enjoying them. Getting them. People just sending me pictures and funny pictures too. Like, not that it has to be overly pictured. Like, if somebody's just sending me a picture from their fucking workplace. I had one lad there. Fuck, I keep on forgetting. Is it Ronan? I think he works at a petrol station or something. But that man is putting it down handy by the looks of things, and I love that. I love that blue collar shit. I love it. Working on a petrol station. Good on you. The main thing is you're into podcasts. More and more people I'm meeting, they're going, fuck, what are these podcast things? I say, listen to the oh yeah, I don't have to listen to fucking ads. I don't have to listen to shit talk from fucking some biddy ringing in, shite music that I didn't choose. I can pause it, I can go back to it, I can fucking unsubscribe, I can subscribe. People, fuck, it's the way forward. I'm telling you. And there's a couple of fun things coming down the pipeline. Met with my, I hate the fact that I don't know why I said that, because I can't talk about it yet. But I did meet up with my buddy Gordon Hayden. Yeah, Gordon Hayden is a mate of mine too. Gordo Rochford, the man, the myth, the legend of those conspiracy guys. I were just talking about ones that will be coming up that I'll be doing with him down the line and stuff, and then another cool shit. He's got fucking some class stuff fucking lined up. In fairness, some class stuff lined up. But we just went for tea and shot the shit for a couple hours. Also the builder of my website. I've tried to explain to people that, because people go, I like your website. Who built your website? Did you have a hand in it? I was like, no. To explain to you how technically fucking simple-minded I am, Gordo actually just logged into my computer and I could see his face in the corner of my computer talking to me. And he was like slinging stuff around the computer screen going, so what you think it is, this and this? And I'm like, oh, fucking... And he could tell by the face on me that I may as well have been looking up a bull's arse. And he went, Tom, have you stuff to be doing today? I said, I do, Gordo. He says, good man. Will you go away and do that? And I'll call back to you in about fucking 5 hours. And God bless him. 5 hours later, there was a podcast. Or there was a website. You know what? I'm the fella to call if you need a fucking wall knocked or... Do you know, that kind of stuff. I'm that fella. That's the bloke you call. And I'm all about delegation. I'm the fella to call for those scenarios. Knowing your role is a great thing. Keeps life simpler. And I'm getting better. I'm getting better at the temper too, like, because Jesus Christ, I've met a plethora of some cunty drivers this week. Oh my good fuck. And like, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? I understand you may be late, but you're not getting anywhere, you fucking idiot. If you're bombing on the motorway, okay, you're late. Chances are, if you're driving Dublin to Cork, you're clipping, say, just over the 120, you're doing 130. You'll gain a few extra minutes by the end of it. That's the only time trust me, that's the only time you're going to gain an extra few minutes on your journey, is on a long straight run. But fucking trying to hammer through traffic in Dublin City, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, 4 times a taxi driver, while it was going to meet Gordo the other day, 4 times, beeping the horn behind me. The fucking lights hadn't even turned green. The 2 other times, it had just turned green, putting it into first gear, and your man's beeping the fucking horn behind me. Now, that was 2 years ago. I can promise you, in around Dublin 8, where we just coming up to Kilmainham, I would have pulled up the fucking handbrake. Right at that 4th set of traffic lights, I would have pulled the handbrake, gotten out and gone back to your man and asked him what his fucking problem was. Hence why I keep a power bar. A power bar to anybody. A lot of blue collar lads will know what a power bar is. It's not the type of fucking thing with peanuts and protein in it. It's like a torque wrench. It's a long ratchet, essentially. But it gives you extra power to open up fucking stiff wheel nuts and whatnot. I keep one there for just such a fucking occasion. And I didn't even flip out. Granted, I did put my window down and look back at him and said, what the fuck is wrong with you? Now, he put his window up and looked down, because that's the thing, inside the old car, you'd forget. It's like fucking lads gaming or, talking tough shit on fucking Facebook and stuff like that. But I didn't get out of the car. That's all I'm saying, is I didn't get out of the fucking car and cause a scene and probably get arrested. So I'm definitely making progress. I'm happy enough with myself on that one. It can only be laughed at, really, can it? Man, like, mid fucking 30s, you can't be going around shouting and roaring at people. But at the same time, like, understand where I'm coming from. Stop being a fucking spacer. You're getting nowhere. In Dublin City, you're dictated by the traffic lights and the traffic. Other than that, unless you've got a fucking hover car, you're going nowhere. You can't. There's no point. No point in losing the fucking rag with me. There's no point cutting across and fucking front of me and stuff, trying to prove a point. Because I'll wreck the fucking car. That's the other side of it too. If I do snap, like, I'll wreck the car. I don't give a fuck. I'll bury my car into yours just to prove a fucking point, like. And that's where you need to fucking understand. There are madder fuckers than me on the road. Way madder. So you just kind of need to keep your neck in, because unless you're willing to go all the way and actually fucking shirts off, let's do this in the middle of the street. Which I got sent a video a couple of weeks ago by a mate of mine, and it was middle of the M50. Now the M50 is the, I suppose it's like the highway around Dublin City, and I guess pretty congested. Not LA standard congested, because I did notice, I checked the stats this week, we have people in LA, people in some place called Mount View, California. A lot of downloads actually from California this week. But yeah, they in this video, it was lads got out and took fucking slash hooks and fucking axes to each other. It was wasn't really the place to do it. They should have pulled over. There's loads of industrial estates that could have had a proper fucking barney, like, but they didn't. They went at it on the M50, which, I mean, you'd be impressive if nothing else. you know, to have the balls to fucking do it to go at a fucking proper fucking scrap with weapons too. I mean, you know, strong possibility of getting arrested. Very strong possibility of getting arrested with the outcome there, like. But they still went for it. Fair play to them. You have to admire that a small bit. You have to admire. We've gone so fucking sideways here. We started off lovely with grub and barbecuing and all the rest of it. Oh yeah. So I've gotten. I don't know. I'd get at the barbecue probably Friday evening. I'm going to get at it this Friday. I'm not going to do it in too fancy. Because the 5-hour one yesterday, the next couple of weeks are fucking bananas. Like I said, you can't walk away from it. You can't go, I got it, grand. Because you have to top up the old fucking briquettes and all the rest of it, them little cubes. You got to top up the whole fucking thing. But I might do fucking chicken wings. I've got a bowl fucking recipe for chicken wings that I came up with there last year. And it's very bowled. Like I'm saying, you want to be doing push-ups after it. Like, but fuck it. I might do it anyway for the crack. Yeah. So, I was just looking at the stats this week. Who has been downloading? Because there's some would pop up. Now, I mentioned Bermuda before. Nobody ever got in contact. Any other country I mentioned, like the likes of Australia and stuff, if I say, hey, hit me up. Like, I was asking last week who, and is it Sharon Best? Sharon she's in Canada, British Columbia, I think. She listens. How you doing? Shout out to you, Sharon. And a couple other people hit me up from Australia and places like that. And even people hit me up from the Emirates. A lot of Irish people, I'm guessing, living in the Emirates. And possibly not Irish people living in the Emirates. Could just be Emirates people. But I've seen on the stats a few times, Bermuda pops up. Like, there'll be always like 15 or 20 downloads from Bermuda. And I'm going, really? Really? I mean, but when I ask about it, nobody, all the other countries, people hit me up with a message from somewhere. Like, they'll hit me up on Instagram or on chatty snaps, or just tweet me. Do you know, they'll go, yeah, we're all listening here, family listen here, Tom, or whatever. But never from Bermuda. So I'm wondering, is that some sort of weird techie people that know about these fucking things? Is that some sort of weird rerouting shite? You know, when you get those phone calls and it says, Tonga is ringing you, and you don't answer, obviously, or you don't ring it back for sure, because I don't know how Tonga is in the way of I didn't think it was, you know, the hub of scam calling and all the rest of it. But I'm guessing it's been rerouted through Tonga. Is that a thing that can happen with podcasts? Because I'm guessing, like, the top country this week was actually Ireland. So I would imagine the majority, and after that, then I think it was Belfast. Was like the second top city or something like that. But actually, was Belfast? No, it was in the top 3 or 4 anyway. They're all genuine because I played there, and like, there's clearly Irish people there. So, and there's clearly Irish people in Australia, and there's clearly Irish people in Doha. Doha got a lot of downloads. I wonder, is it like a new person is just downloading? They're going, fuck, I need to get through the back catalogue here of 60 odd episodes. I don't know. But I'd love to send me a Snapchat from fucking Doha. But if there genuinely is somebody in Bermuda, I need to fucking hear from you. Because I need to know more about Bermuda. I definitely had a couple of questions for podcasts, because that's the brilliant thing about this. There's somebody listening has the answer for me. And I'm a fucking bollocks. I can't be arsed going Googling shit. It's not that I can't be arsed, but I always Google the wrong shit, and then I just get frustrated and walk away from it. I hope it pops me before the end of before I wrap this up. I definitely had a fucking question. Bollocks anyway. Yeah, can't think of it. It was, I don't know how techie it was, but it was just a question that I didn't know and I didn't have the answer for. I've gotten a couple of questions from Camille. Is there, obviously, like I was saying, there was a lot of people in Australia, but I was looking down through it. They give you some of the cities or whatever, and I'm guessing they're generalised by the area, and a lot of them are places you would hear of, like, but they may not be necessarily in there. You know what I mean? Like, so there was a place in Australia, and it was in like the top 20 cities and a good few downloads through it, of a place. Now, please tell me this is real. A place called Balaclava in Australia. Holy fucking jeez. Is there really a place called Balaclava in Australia? If you're listening this week, I'm not going checking it out because I don't want to be disappointed. I'll just assume if you don't hit me up this week that it's one of those weird rerouting things and that it is. How the fuck did that place get its name? And if there's ever a country that you would have never needed a fucking balaclava, unless you're actually doing a robbery, but you certainly don't need a ski mask for... I would imagine in 99% of Australia, the last thing you would need is to keep your fucking face warm. I'm going out there on a limb. I have a couple of balaclavas myself, but they're not for... I'm not committing any robberies. It's just when you go hunting and stuff, you'd be fucking... the head would be froze off you in late November. So they... I want to know if there's a real place called Balaclava. Please hit me up. Suffering Jesus. So I'm going to be the Vodafone Festival too. Anybody knocking around that? Also, yeah, what if anybody's in the Galway district this Friday and you are off work before 4 o'clock, get to the Town Hall's Theatre. I'm in a movie. I think I said it last week, but I was just looking back at some of the clips of it. It looks like it's going to be a fucking right good movie. It looks like it's going to be good. They use one or two bits of my head, but they use a lot of my voice for the narration of it. In the fucking trailer, I'll put the trailer in the whatchamacallit in the description of this. But yeah, if you're in, it should be like more than anything. Look, it's not going to gain me anything. I've been paid for the fucking thing, but I think it'd be really cool for Martin, who self-funded it, self-wrote it, directed it, and produced it all himself. And he's a really fucking nice guy. And I'd love, like, normally people have crowdfunded things, and you know what I mean, or there's a group of them together or whatever. This absolute monster, he went and did it all himself, recruited everybody himself, like cast everybody himself. And I mean, that normally spells amateur hour. You know what I mean? A lot of the time when a fella's doing all that, it's like, you can't do all this. You can't, because that's when the wheels are going to come off the wagon and it's going to come out a pile of shite. And it fucking didn't. It felt professional. Like, he put the right people in the right place and all the rest of it during the filming. But to self-fund the whole thing, man, he's got to be in the hole for a few quid. A few quid, like. I mean, he hired out a whole, like, fucking, like, mini hotel down in Offaly for a week and a half. Fucking, everybody needed payment. There would have been insurance. So I, more than anything, support an Irish bloke who's after, like, nutting up and shutting up. That's how you fucking do that. You know what I mean? That's what, fuck looking for GoFundMes and all the rest of it. Well, I mean, no, totally go look for GoFundMes if it's a thing you're doing. But he nutted up and did the whole thing himself. So I'd love to see him, at least, because it's going to be, if it's being shown, I think it's going to be in a competition. It'd be great for him to get some recognition. Whatever the hell about the rest of us. I mean, there's some proper young actors in it too who are very, very good. I would love to see them getting a bit of exposure, but more so for Martin Byrne, who actually made the thing. He needs a fucking pat in the back, man. To have the balls to fucking go all in, quids in. I mean, that's, the chances of return are small, but that's, you know what, fuck it. Hats off to him. I've gotten a couple of questions and subjects through, because I just, like, quite literally an hour ago, just put it up on social media that I was going to be doing it. Question about the dog. As a few people, people have been messaging me off the last 2 weeks about the dog. Where's the dog, basically? Is she gone on holidays? So the dog's around. She's currently snoozing in the corner right now. She hasn't been fucking up to 90 because of the heat, like, you know what I mean? And I tell you, here's the question I had for ye about the dog. Anybody know, Christ and Christ above, I can't get a groomers. I cannot get a fucking groomer. They're all, like, booked out the fucking yin-yang. Anybody know of a groomer in the Wicklow or, greater South Dublin area that'll cut the fucking dog's hair? Like, I had a fella the last time, I think I was talking about it. It was a great company name. It was called Peter Barks. And I'm guessing they have a couple of vans on the road or whatever. This guy came to the house, the whole lot, did the dog's hair in an hour. Out the fucking gap. Dog looked like $1 million. Dog looks like a wild Wookiee right now, like. And with the heat, the poor fucker, she's absolutely bait from the heat. I'm not going at it myself, because let's be honest, you don't need to be fucking told. You know what I mean? I wouldn't fly a fucking plane myself. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going. Delegation. This is what it's all about. But I don't know, have they gone out of business or what's the crack, because they ain't answering the phone or messages or anything. I've tried about 5 or 6 other places. And they're all fucking booked out to the middle of August. So if anybody knows of a dog groomers in the locale, it'd be great. It'd be great. I will travel up to fucking 15 miles away, like 15, 20 miles to get the dog's haircut. So that's the story with the dog. Do you know, like, we've just been so busy with other stuff, and I need to do more funny shit with the dog. No doubt. But do you know what? She's still gathering followers. She's still on Instagram, Queen of Barks, for the crack as an experiment. Natasha made an Instagram page for her. And, like, she got like 400 or 500 fucking, like, do you know what I mean? Like 400 or 500 followers. And she doesn't do, I tag her and things, like. And she threw up a couple of pictures at the beginning, but fucking the dog, just for being a dog, rocking it on the Instagram fucking scenario. There will be more of the dog. I just been fucking flat out busy with other shit. See, this is the thing about when you're paddling your own canoe as an artist of any sort. You're doing it all yourself, and you're like, there's stuff I'm doing right now for next year. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of how you could end up being fucking mental busy, like, you know, because you look like you're on downtime, but you're actually planning for next year and probably the year after in a lot of ways. What else was? Oh, I was hit up this morning about what I make of Michael Flatley's movie. I saw photographs of that about a couple of months ago in some sort of paper, and they were talking about it, and they were on a boat, and it was basically just him and your man Roberts just eyeballing a couple of young ones' arses. I think it was between scenes or whatever, but they were just being a couple of creepy fucking middle-aged, you know, rich owl lads, like, basically. They were just eyeballing, like, there was a couple of young ones on this boat with them in bikinis, and the lads were just fucking kind of, elbowing each other. That was the look they were given. Now, I mean, I know you could take 1,000 pictures and get one of them that looks the part, like, of what may or may not be said, but it was like, alright, is this a music video or something, like? And I just thought, he's shooting some poxy movie, or, you know, it's going to be just a bit of a folly, as I say. Now, here's a fucker, right? Fuck Flatley. There's a guy with probably $1 billion. He wrote, directed, and acted in this thing as well. Martin Byrne, he ain't no billionaire. Now, he wrote, directed, but he didn't fucking have the neck to turn around and star in it as well, like. So I don't know. With the fate and begaras out of Flatley, look, fair play to him too for giving it a fucking go. But we've all heard him speak. He talks, you know, a bit of shite. Like, and I mean, the man believes his own hype, and it's hard not to. Who knows what it's like? Who knows what it's like to basically create a new style of dance and rock fucking arenas off something you created by putting 14-hour days into fucking training? There's probably 2,000 fucking dancers around the world that have to thank him for it right now, whether past or present, for fucking giving them years of work. And, you know, I mean, your Michael Jackson standards fucking crazy stuff. Like, I mean, he owns a casino in Vegas. He has that unbelievable place down in Cork. The man's fucking rocking it. Since, like, everything he's done, he's rocked it. Like, so I suppose if you kind of believe your own hype, feels like you could probably be the next Elon Musk if you really wanted to be, like. Do you know, that kind of way? Who knows where your ego's at, like, when you've rocked it that much. Do you know, all the rest of us are just kind of chipping along, tipping away nicely at our own thing or whatever, but, like, holy Jesus, like, that man became a billionaire from fucking dancing. Or at least he's in the high hundreds anyway, I would imagine. So I suppose he probably, you know. Look, I can't wait to see it. It's probably, I mean, it would be, I think it's going to be a surprise to everybody if it turns out to be an unbelievably good movie. But I don't see it being the next Bourne Identity. I mean, it kind of sounds like he's ripped the story from Casablanca. Do you know, an ex-agent, secret agent, buys a fucking place, buys a nightclub. Who buys a nightclub to slip away into obscurity? Nobody does. You buy a log cabin in the woods, and you do the Wolverine on it and start cutting down trees. That's what you fucking do if you want to slip away from society. You don't buy a fucking nightclub in Jamaica and be the host every night. That you're still putting yourself... Anyway, that's apparently the fucking crack with it. I'll pass proper judgment when I have a look at it. But if you were to gauge the signs, a man who's never fucking acted before, and Eric Roberts, you know, I think he's Julia Roberts' brother, isn't he? He's kind of just turned up. And did he turn up in an Akon video one time as a baddie as well? Like, I think Eric Roberts just rocks up for the check, like, and just a good time. So, look, I'll be proven wrong, I'm sure, on some level, because I'm sure he has plenty of money to stick into it, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't hold out a lot of fucking hope. Look, it could be a good laugh with a couple of fucking beers on board. Oh yeah, one other question. Andy Cowan, now I can answer this straight away. He put it to me on Twitter. He goes, drinking tea in this weather. Discuss. Nothing to discuss, Andy. It's 26 degrees right now. I have the fucking door wide open. And I'm drinking a fucking big mug of tea as we speak. If it was fucking 50 degrees out, I wouldn't give a shit. I'd still drink tea. Mind that fucking iced piss and all the rest of it. Fuck that. I don't care if you don't even drink tea, or if you think it's too hot to be drinking tea. You have a duty as an Irish person, for the Irish people. And if it's non-Irish people listening, give it a go. Trust me, there's nothing better to quench your thirst than a good scalding hot fucking mug of tea. Call yourself a fucking adult and drink a fucking... Don't be drinking fucking iced yolks. Fuck that. Fuck that. What are you, a toddler? Drink a fucking roasting hot, boiling hot fucking cup of tea. By this stage in your life, if you're over the age of 20 and you're Irish, your throat should be made of fucking asbestos right now anyway. Because you should be able to slug tea nearly straight out of the fucking kettle. Just fuck a couple of tea bags into the kettle and drink straight out of the kettle. So, absolutely. No question. Not taking a backward step on that. It's part of our heritage. Drinking fucking tea in the roasting heat. There you go. Absolutely. Right, that's the end of the Ramble Pod. Please hit subscribe if it is your first time listening on whatever platform you're on. You can obviously follow me on all social media platforms, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That Tom O'Mahony Comedy will find me. Chatty Snaps is Tom Bear O'Mahony. Keep up the Instagrams and the Snapchats and the tweets and all the rest of it. I want to see all that fucking cool shit you're doing, whether it's fucking cooking or fucking digging up a road or fucking, I don't know, maybe you're fucking fixing a horse's leg or something. I want to see all that shit. So tweet me or snap me, Instagram me, whatever you want. Send me on all that fucking stuff. Obviously there's Patreon there, which I've talked about before. I'm getting to the bottom of Patreon. That is on the list today and not tomorrow. Obviously I'm recording tomorrow with Friday's guest, but Thursday I'm fucking doing a ton of shit. I will get to the bottom of Patreon for people setting up stuff where people will actually benefit from being patrons. But for now, it'd be much appreciated. I can fucking do more of these. I can travel, meet bigger fucking guests and stuff like that, and live ones and stuff like that with better gear. And that's what it all comes down to, is the better gear. Right now I'm rocking the Zoom. It's not too bad, but we need an upgrade, people. We need an upgrade, and that's going to come through my funding and your funding, essentially. Patreon is for just that. If you are a fan of whatever fucking artist you're into, in this format it's the podcast world. I'm sure there's lads writing poetry and people painting and stuff like that, where they have people who are fucking fans of them. Patreon allows you to sling a couple of dollars every month, like $2 a month, like as the fella says, and a couple other mates of mine who have on podcasts and stuff like that. If you'd buy me a cup of tea, about the price of that would be unreal, and it'll all go towards newer and better gear. I'll put the link in below. For now it's Patreon, patreon.com/Tom O'Mahony Buckshot, like that. It'd be fucking great if you did. For now, don't stress too much about it, but more importantly, I'd love if everybody shared it. Whatever social media platform you're on, grab it on whatever you're listening to, whether it be on iTunes, Castbox, Spreaker, any of those ones, SoundCloud even, or directly through my website. Catch a hold of it, throw it up on whatever format you're on, or just tell people about it. That'd be fucking great. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. Because like that, the more they're listening and downloading and all the rest of it, the more they jump on Patreon. The faster we get the better gear, the more likelihood it is we'll get more fucking podcasts out of it. Anyway, for now, enjoy the rest of the week, and you'll get the episode 66 will be out on Friday.